Hey there, everybody. It's almost the new year. It's almost 2017. Aren't we all going to be glad that 2016 is over soon? I'm not even going to enter the DraftKings tournament tonight because I haven't been doing well, because I haven't been updating my file. I haven't been paying attention. I've been driving around the country and flying around the country. I've been in the Oregon Mountains and in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, all within like 5 days of each other. It's been crazy. So what's going on tonight for those of you who are playing, sitting, maybe it's cold where you are, and you're going to sit back and watch a little hockey, grab a brewski, hang out with the fam or dodge the fam, depends what kind of family you have. Well, I spent the last hour and a half updating this file because I really hadn't done anything for almost 2 weeks. And it took a while to get it all in there, and I'm pretty good shape. I've updated almost all the lines. There might be a couple people off their lines or something, but it's not that bad. I went through and cleaned all this thing up. So if you're going to enter tonight, what are you looking for? Well, it looks like Chicago's been putting up some goals. I noticed they put Vinny Hinostroza and Ryan Hartman up on the first line. That's what I'm seeing. They were third line guys for the longest time. I don't know if you take them because they're probably still kind of cheaper than normal, or if you really stick with the Kane, Panarin, like the Anisimov, the second line, which is just blowing the F up because they're probably getting played against the second and third lines of other teams or something, and they're just lighting it up. So Chicago is a team I dig into a little bit more as I dig into the player part later in the video. But so goaltenders, I didn't look to see who's starting tonight because I'm just too busy, folks. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, I love the emails. I'm glad that people have been following it. I feel guilty because I, too, want to get this stuff done, but I'm literally on planes back and forth. And I haven't been able, I think I was in a state where DraftKings wasn't legal. Oh, I checked something else, by the way. You know how 2016 is a shitty year? Hey, here's how shitty 2016 was. I lost money in fantasy hockey for this year. I won in 2015. I won like $700. And in 2016, I'm down $600 right now. So, sorry, I think I'm down like $900 or $1,000. I'm even down overall. I suck this year. So why even listen to me and what I'm doing? And the answer is you should listen to this, because the truth is when I use this, I actually did make some money when I was using it properly. When I was just messing around experimenting, I was losing. But my points per player and my total points did go up using this file, so it does help. But it pissed me off, and I thought, well, what am I doing all this for? And the answer is, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this information and I'm going to put it to good use rather than gamble with it, because I don't feel like spending a lot of time creating rosters and then there's just not enough money in it for me. It's kind of a waste of time. You really have to risk a lot. I've seen how people do win. You have to put a lot of multi-entries in. You got to play out a lot of different scenarios. This file would help you pick that subset of guys to do that with. But at the same time, you're still really playing kind of a lottery with an edge type of thing. You can really screw this up. You can play guys that are injured. You can play guys that aren't on the right lines. You can really mess up and make bad picks. So you can guarantee losing at fantasy sports, but you can't guarantee winning. In the long term, you can only give yourself a chance to win and hope things go your way. And you can give yourself a better chance to win, but it's still a chance to win. So there are other things that I have to do other than a video about this every day. But I can update the file rather quickly, and also maybe you can set up. I'll set up a Patreon or do something for this so that if you want to have it and want me to do it every day, it can become. I'll spend an hour. Basically, you guys can rent an hour of my time, and I will do this every day and do something for people that want to use it. But I just can't see doing it every day. I just get too many other things going on. So I'm going to take this to good use, though. We'll continue down that line. I'm very close to the Washington Capitals practice facility, and I have gone over there a few times, and I like to play pickup. It's good to exercise. The one thing about hockey is it's awesome. So it's good to go out and play. And I'm going to take this information from the Washington Capitals perspective and point of view and present it to those at the practice and just say, hey, guess what? This thing says that these people kick butt and get a lot of points. I mean, we got to determine if the DraftKings point total is something that is actually a reasonable gauge of, does that mean that a player is playing good if they have a high DraftKings point total for the game? Like, we don't even take into account things like plus minus in DraftKings point total. So you could be, what could you be doing? You could be taking a lot of shots, but then also never coming back on defense, and maybe you'd be bad for the team. There's something what I would like to do, what I would not charge people for, is talking about hockey and doing a podcast about hockey on a daily basis, and maybe using this as a guide that those who want to use it for fantasy can take advantage of. Because I do love, I have enjoyed watching hockey. It kind of sucks though when you're doing fantasy, and you know, I tend not to watch my Caps games as much as I would normally because I don't play a lot of fantasy guys from the Caps in certain games because it's all matchup dependent and related. And that kind of sucks because I'd like to watch the team I root for, and I'd like to be more in tune with how my team is doing rather than how Arizona's doing, right? Who cares how good Mike Smith is today? Maybe Mike Smith made 109 saves today against St. Louis. It could happen, right? Because Arizona's that bad. The poor guy at Arizona who's trying to, like the general manager, they hired a kid. They hired like a toddler to be the general manager in Arizona. And he's the guy, oh, he's going to run the numbers. He's going to do Moneyball for hockey. Yeah, Arizona is like 1-29 this season. So it doesn't always work. There's more than the numbers behind the numbers and just watching the games. And so this sheet can only take you so far. I'm going to keep doing it for some and those who like it. I'm going to keep doing podcasts about this. But I can't do this every day. And hopefully it'll be beneficial for you. And we'll move on to a lot of other things. So Ken Stock's out for now. Good luck tonight. May your players be scoring.